Hi, I'm Matt Nichols at MrMaple.com. Today we're going to be talking about a really interesting variegated tree, Acer pseudo platanus, Esk Sunset.
Hi, and I'm Tim at MrMaple.com. We greatly appreciate you watching this video. Please like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and sign up for our weekly emails on MrMaple.com. We add 10 new fun and exciting trees every single Tuesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. There's going to be some trees on there that are just really amazing. You'll want to get that email.
So, Esk Sunset, sometimes referred to as Eskimo Sunset, we'll explain that, but a really fun tree. This is a tree that leaves out in the early spring with a lot of interesting shades. This is going to have that salmon pink with bright pink and green and white in the early spring. The midsummer color is going to be more white on green as it fades to a lighter color in the summer, and then some amazing reds and oranges in the fall. One of the things that's really interesting about this tree, you might not have heard us talk about a lot before, is the underside of the leaf. I really enjoy this tree as it's blowing in the wind because the underside of this leaf is a very bright, almost like neon pink. And it gives it a really cool appearance, especially as you get a larger tree in the landscape, and you can check out the underside of the tree as well.
Yeah, this tree is often categorized with Japanese maples because it is so ornamental. But it is actually an Acer pseudoplatanus, which is a sycamore maple. Sycamore maples actually make large trees. This one will actually end up in 15 years, will end up making a tree about 14 to 15 feet tall. Very upright, lots of lateral branching. But when you do that, this is going to be a very colorful tree that's really amazing, that really shows off in the landscape. And like Matt said, as it gets bigger, you can look up and see that purple to bright pink underneath it on the back side of the leaves, which really just adds an extra dynamic to this really neat variegated Japanese maple. Oh, Sycamore maple.
So a lot of great uses for a tree like this. This is going to be a tree you're going to want to use as a focal point planting because of the size and color. It's going to be a showpiece in the garden. This makes a great tree to start out. If you can start out in early morning sun, late day shade, you're going to have your best growth rate on this one. So early morning sun, late day protection from that hot afternoon sun is going to give you your best colors and your fastest growth rate. I do emphasize well-drained soils on this one. You don't want it to be in boggy or wet feet, so make sure it's got really good soils. But this is an excellent tree to be a focal point. It's going to be a talking point in your garden. It's going to be a tree that people want to hear the story behind because it's an interesting tree with an interesting origin for sure.
Yeah, this tree, maples are introduced all around the world. Even though the sycamore maple is actually native to Europe, this here tree was actually found and introduced in New Zealand by Esk Valley Nursery in New Zealand. And that's where it gets the name of Esk Sunset. Later in the nursery trade, someone, I believe, thought someone was abbreviating or just thought it was more marketable and started calling it Eskimo Sunset.
So it's the exact same tree.
Yeah, and you'll see this sold under Eskimo Sunset. We basically say that's a common name, where the cultivar name is Esk Sunset. That's the true name behind it. But such an amazing tree with some amazing colors that you're definitely sure to love. So let's do an up-close look at this foliage.
So here we have an up-close look at that Esk Sunset. We're actually in mid-June here in North Carolina, so you kind of see some of the mid-June coloration on this. This will even be brighter pink on the top in the early spring. Starting to fade more of that creamy white kind of color on green right now. Still see some nice tones of almost purpley pink in there too.
Yeah, I love this tree because it's so colorful. It's so unique and so different with that large leaf that's just going to give you so much variegation. You'll see that often on these trees, there's more pink and white than there is green on the leaves.
I love that underside of the leaf too. I just think it makes such a picturesque habit to it as you get this one in the landscape. The underside of the leaf is so colorful. I think it really adds a lot to this cultivar and just really makes it interesting. This is a tree you're going to love in your garden, and it's just a showy one for all seasons.
I love how big these leaves are too. I mean, it just gives such a big platform for so much color. If there was a painter that wanted to paint, of course they're going to use the bigger portrait, and that's exactly what you do here with this bigger leaf. It's going to be, if you love variegation, this is going to be a tree that you're really going to love.
Hey, thanks for watching our video on Acer pseudoplatanus Esk Sunset.
This is a tree that's going to give a lot of great colors of pink and greens and whites with that really neat underside of the foliage as well, making a very beautiful tree for the landscape.
Hey, if you haven't already, hit that bell if you're following us on YouTube. Again, I never know where it's at, but somewhere up here there's a bell. If you hit that, that's going to give you all of our notifications. It'll sign you up for when we do new videos. We're going to be doing a ton of new videos. There's a lot of interesting things coming. We also have a big catalog here on MrMaple's show on YouTube, so check that whole catalog out. There's a lot of fun cultivars. We get a lot of great feedback on that as well.
Yeah, and we greatly appreciate you watching this video. Please like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, sign up for our weekly emails on MrMaple.com. And if you want to support this YouTube channel, we greatly appreciate it if you shopped on MrMaple.com.
Yeah, we'll have a link to Esk Sunset in the link below, so you can follow that. You can read more, see more pics, and shop if you'd like. We greatly appreciate you watching. Have a great day.
And God bless. If you're still watching at this point, comment your favorite large leaf maple.